Hey, what's going on, everybody? My wingman showed up, Fab Willy. He's going to do some work on the channel in the future, and he's going to help us out. I can't do everything, so when you get hung up, you call Fab Willy. What's going on, buddy?
Not much.
His first time on YouTube. Everybody say what's up. He's got a little bit of a predicament here. I'm just going to point you guys down. We got an Ms440. I know this particular saw, actually. I've run this saw before. I didn't build it, but it's got some issues. It fires up and it stalls. So we pushed the old home at nights aside, and we're going to help him out with this and see if we can get this thing running. I'm going to pull the muffler off. Just going to show you guys what we do. So first things first. Whoa. Here, guys, put you down at the dirty floor. Look at this thing. Okay, it fired there. If you fire it up, she don't go. I'm gonna pull the muffler off. I pre-cracked this so you guys don't have to watch me curse. Let's do this. First thing I'm gonna do is a muffler inspection. This saw was rebuilt a year ago. I know the guy that built it. He's super thorough. Another good indication of wear, check the sprocket. We had a look at the sprocket. You can see it here, it's brand new. I'd be surprised if this saw has a couple hours on it. There we go. Let's pull the muffler, deflector. Ooh. This saw, have a look-see in there. Push the decomp. You guys see that? There you go. She's good. I'm going to give her another peek. Better let Fab Willy give her a little peeksy poo here. Oh, we got. Ooh, what do we got here?
Some gnarly on the other side there, bro.
We got some.
It's dragging something.
Okay. Yeah, why don't you guys stare at my armpit? We have a little bit of scoring on the exhaust side. Not tons, but a little bit of scoring on the piston crown. And hard to see, we might have a little smear. This thing looks like it's eating some fines. Typical for Stihls. Anybody that runs a Stihl knows. I'm not bashing Stihl, but the air filters clog on these things. So we're air filter's clean as a whistle. So what are we going to do here? Well, I think we have an air leak. So the only thing we can do to this saw right now is I'm going to check the cylinder studs and the impulse line and the intake boot. I'm going to pause you guys here, and I don't work on these, so I'm going to fumble my way through and curse and swear. And this being a family channel, no F words. So there you guys go. I'll be right back. Okay, here's what went on. This saw is running like it has an air leak. This thing ran away on us. I was trying to tune it, and it went full pegged like 17,000 RPM. I hit the ignition kill switch. The saw continued to run. And then, I was like, ooh. So then I had to make the decision. I'm just going to move this camera over here.
It was the pro move.
Was it epic, dude?
It was epic.
Yeah.
It was epic because I was watching it go down and I was like, well, I mean, you only have two options now. And I'm like, I wonder if he can stuff the intake with something as he's reaching and grabbing the plug wire off. So and then when it kept on running, then I really...
yeah, so basically what happened, the Tinman's brain, I was like, wow, this thing's pegged. I hit the kill switch and it continued to peg. So then I had 0.136 milliseconds to decide to shock myself or cover the intake. Well, this has a double inlet carb. It's a strato saw. So I decided to pull the spark plug wire with my bare hand. Now, any of you that's had that, you get one of these. Well, I pulled the plug off, guys, and it was 3 inches away from the spark plug, and this thing continued to run. And then I touched the throttle and it stalled instantly. So we are looking for a massive air leak. So Fab Willy here He ain't a chainsaw guy, but he knows things. He's having a look at her. What are you feeling there, buddy?
Oh, there's a weird play in this crank. Like it's not like a bearing on a normal bearing where you can feel it everywhere. There's like a certain spot where if you roll it over, and you can't even feel it at either side of it, but while it's rolling over, you can feel it. Like it's like it gets hung up. It's probably right when it's at TDC, or right at the bottom maybe. Right here.
We feel something in this bottom
Something
end.
weird.
I have a feeling this has plastic bearings. I have a feeling that perhaps a plastic bearing failed. These things, when they blow a bearing, the bearings collect at the top or the bottom, and you won't feel it until you feel it. So I'm gonna pause you guys here. I'm gonna pull the clutch off this thing and see if we blew a seal out.
Right here. Right there.
What do we got here? Yeah, I think Houston, we have a PTO failure. I'm gonna pause you guys here. Let's pull this clutch off. So we just pulled this out. See if you guys can see this with the old. Yeesh. We both went, whoa. This thing's red. Now in this case, just putting the old autofocus back on here. Does red mean dead? I don't know. We're gonna keep looking. Give me a second here, folks. Okay, we put rope in here, and we are going to turn this clutch backwards because it's left-hand thread. We might have to get biblical on this thing. Okay, we will pause. Hey, here we go. Fab Willy's like, let's keep going. So, we felt something. We felt movement in the crankshaft up and down. Pulled the clutch side. This is the clutch side, your drive side. There you guys go. Crank seal thoroughly blown out of this thing. So this thing's garbaggio, unfortunately. This is a similar scenario as the 461 failure analysis. And we will show you, because you guys like to learn things. See the bluing on the clutch? There's a hot clutch. Or clutch drum. There's a blued hot clutch. This thing got warm, and I'm going to say it's probably from running a dull chain. So we're going to pop this seal out, and we'll show you guys the damage. I don't know, but I'll take a guess. My professional opinion is that plastic bearing race failed. I'll hit you guys back when we pop that seal out. There we go. The more we know, the less we know. See the blue on that. See the blue on the outer race here? Sorry, there we go. This bearing's gotten hot. The plastic cage looks like it's been hot. The next stage for this is total bearing failure. This bearing needs to be changed. So, there you go. We'll call this a failure analysis video. Wasn't sure, buddy needed his saw looked at, and I'm like, yeah, I'll take a look. Why not, right? Got to help people out. Okay, you can't fix them all. Bearing failure. This bearing did not let go. I've never ever seen that. Usually on these, when you have a major air leak, it's usually on the PTO side. I've been getting flywheel crank seal failures lately though, so you never know, right? I've had a few flywheel crank seals fail for no reason. So there you go. We can feel something in this bottom end. It is there. You hear the growl of death. These bearings are on their way out. So, unfortunately, this saw will need full teardown. It needs new bearings, seals, gaskets. Top end may or may not be salvageable. So, there you guys go. See you later, buddy.
Later, buddy.
As always, thanks for watching. Take her easy.